Have you ever imagined a single solar plant powerful enough to light up an entire nation's homes? In the vast deserts of Morocco, that vision is becoming a reality. The Noor Ouarzazate Solar Complex, often called simply Noor, is not just the largest concentrated solar power plant in the world. It's also the centerpiece of Morocco's bold plan to become a renewable energy leader in Africa, the Middle East, and even beyond. This is the story of how Morocco, a country with almost no oil reserves, is turning its endless sunshine into electricity, reshaping its economy, and redefining its role on the global stage. Today, we'll explore Morocco's solar revolution, how it works, why it matters, and the challenges that lie ahead. And as always, if you're considering visiting or investing in Morocco, make sure to research for yourself before making any big decisions. Let's begin. Morocco's interest in renewable energy isn't new. For decades, the country relied heavily on imported fossil fuels. In fact, Morocco imports over 90% of its energy needs, which has been a major economic burden. This dependence on foreign energy also left the nation vulnerable to price fluctuations and political tensions. Recognizing this challenge, Morocco made a strategic decision. Instead of relying on oil or natural gas it didn't have, it would harness the one resource it had in abundance: sunlight. The result of that vision is Noor Ouarzazate. Located on the edge of the Sahara Desert, near the city of Ouarzazate, a place known to movie fans as the gateway to the desert, Noor covers an area of over 3,000 hectares. That's about the size of 3,500 football fields. This massive site isn't just a sea of ordinary solar panels. Instead, Noor uses an advanced technology called concentrated solar power, or CSP. So, what makes CSP different from regular solar panels? While photovoltaic panels directly convert sunlight into electricity, CSP plants use mirrors to focus the sun's rays onto a central point. At Noor, thousands of giant mirrors, called heliostats, track the sun across the sky. They direct sunlight onto towers filled with a special heat transfer fluid, often molten salts. This fluid heats up to extremely high temperatures, which can then be used to produce steam that drives turbines, generating electricity. The brilliance of CSP technology is that it allows energy to be stored. Unlike traditional solar panels, which stop generating electricity once the sun goes down, Noor can store heat in molten salts for several hours. That means the plant can continue producing power even after sunset, providing reliable energy well into the evening. This storage capability is one of the reasons Noor became such a global symbol of innovation. But Noor Ouarzazate is just the beginning. Morocco has set an ambitious target. By 2030, the country wants more than half of its electricity to come from renewable sources, with solar playing a central role alongside wind and hydropower. Currently, Noor has a capacity of around 580 megawatts. To put that into perspective, that's enough electricity to power over 1 million Moroccan homes. The project has also attracted significant international attention and financing. Institutions like the World Bank, the African Development Bank, and the European Investment Bank have all supported Morocco's solar ambitions. The country's strategy is not only about energy independence, but also about becoming a regional energy exporter. In the long term, Morocco hopes to export renewable electricity to Europe through undersea cables connecting North Africa to Spain and beyond. Of course, building such a massive project doesn't come without challenges. The Noor complex cost billions of dollars to develop. While international financing helped, the scale of investment raised questions about long-term economic sustainability. Some critics argue that CSP technology, while innovative, is more expensive than traditional photovoltaic panels, which have been dropping in price dramatically in recent years. In fact, many new solar projects in Morocco and elsewhere now favor photovoltaics because they are cheaper to build and maintain. Another challenge is water. Concentrated solar plants often require significant amounts of water for cooling and cleaning the mirrors. In a desert country like Morocco, water scarcity is already a pressing issue. While engineers have worked on reducing water usage at Noor, this remains an ongoing concern for environmental sustainability. Despite these challenges, Noor Ouarzazate has become a powerful symbol, not just for Morocco, but for Africa and the Middle East as a whole. It demonstrates that large-scale renewable energy projects are possible even in developing nations. It also shows how green energy can become a source of pride, identity, and even geopolitical leverage. For Morocco, solar power isn't only about electricity. It's about positioning itself as a leader in the global transition to clean energy. As Europe looks to diversify away from Russian natural gas, Morocco's ability to produce and potentially export renewable electricity makes it an increasingly attractive partner. The country has also signed agreements with nations like Germany to explore green hydrogen production, which could open entirely new economic opportunities. At the same time, Morocco faces domestic expectations. As the population grows and urbanization accelerates, demand for electricity is rising. Meeting that demand with clean and affordable energy is both a challenge and a necessity. Projects like Noor play a key role, but they're just one part of a much larger national energy strategy. The success of Noor has inspired other renewable energy projects across Morocco. Wind farms along the Atlantic coast, hydroelectric plants in the Atlas Mountains, and additional solar installations in desert regions are all contributing to the country's energy mix. Morocco has also developed one of the most advanced renewable policy frameworks in Africa, giving it a head start compared to many of its neighbors. Looking forward, Morocco's solar future will likely include a combination of technologies. While Noor's CSP remains iconic, the country is rapidly scaling up photovoltaic projects, which are cheaper and easier to deploy. By combining CSP's storage capabilities with the cost-effectiveness of PV, Morocco hopes to build a resilient and diversified renewable energy system. The global community is watching closely. For other nations in Africa, Morocco's example shows what is possible when there is political will, international cooperation, and long-term planning. For Europe, Morocco's role as a renewable partner is increasingly significant. And for the world, Noor Ouarzazate stands as a reminder that the fight against climate change can also create new opportunities for growth and collaboration. So, what does all of this mean for Morocco in 2025 and beyond? The Noor project has already changed the way the world views Morocco's potential. From a country once heavily dependent on imported fuels, it has emerged as a pioneer of renewable innovation. The next challenge will be making sure this transformation benefits everyday citizens, from urban centers like Casablanca and Rabat to rural communities in the desert. And while Morocco has made impressive progress, the future is still being written. Questions remain about financing, technology choices, water sustainability, and international partnerships. Yet the fact that Morocco has already built the world's largest concentrated solar power plant shows its determination to lead. In the end, Noor Ouarzazate is more than just a power plant. It's a symbol of Morocco's vision for the future, a nation that harnesses its natural resources, embraces innovation, and seeks to inspire others. If you ever find yourself in Morocco, you might pass through Ouarzazate, a city famous not only for its movie studios and desert landscapes, but also for being at the heart of one of the most ambitious renewable projects on Earth. And while Morocco's journey with solar power is still unfolding, one thing is clear: the sun is rising on a new chapter in the country's story. And as always, we encourage you to research further for yourself if you're planning a trip, an investment, or simply want to learn more about Morocco's role in the global energy transition. Because the Noor project isn't just about Morocco. It's about how countries everywhere are rethinking their energy future. And in that story, Morocco is shining brighter than ever. Thanks for watching. Have you ever seen this project in real life?